thought it was going to be great. I had these 4 pictures and I was going to do a double page layout because I feel like there's so many people out there that only do double page layouts. I was one of them, and I feel like I've been neglecting that, I don't know, that audience, I'll put it that way. So I grabbed these photos, and then I realized that they were gonna, 3 out of the 4 were gonna be trimmed down to 4x4 photos. So it just worked out better to do it on one layout. And then I have all of my backyard Bliss papers, that were left over, and just using up the scraps, trying to figure out what I can do with these. And this is this is, a Thursday afternoon of creating a layout and what happened. The story behind these photos is, for many years, a group of couples, some individual ladies from a golfing group that I was involved with, would go to the UP to this golf course, Wild Bluffs and Casino, Bay Mills. And it was like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and you go up and you play. There's a card tournament we did just between the people that went up, and then there was a golf scramble that we played, and it was a lot of fun. And then you could gamble in between, and I was new to gambling, so they had to teach me how to do all the slot machine stuff, but loved golf. So my mom and I teamed up with another gal and drove up to Brimley, and this is part of the trip when I am 7 months pregnant with our oldest. Feeling fine. I mean, golfing and all of that was not an issue. In the UP, the weather was perfect and calm, so there was no issue with that. But we always took pictures of who we were paired with in the scramble, and then people captured my mom and I because of me being pregnant. I always claimed that our firstborn, Daniel, has 85 grandmas, because when he was born, they would take turns holding him while we played cards after golf, or in the winter we would just go and play cards, and he was just much beloved, and it was wonderful. So as you can see with these layouts, I happened to cut the frames out to use on a different layout, and I had these pieces left. The brown one is from the July to September mix-in paper collection, and then the other is pine cardstock. But it just worked out well that I had inner spaced them the opposite way before, with the green being the background and the brown being the outline. So this way, when I cut the frames out of them, it turned out the opposite way. And here I'm trying the piece. I felt like I needed something to connect the edges on this layout so that it wasn't fully framed. And as you can see, I'm auditioning if it should go in front of or behind. And for me, it definitely needed to go behind. It's funny, as I was going to look for papers for this, I thought for sure that, I think it was Desert Rose was going to be a match for the shirt I was wearing, and it's not. My shirt had more purples in it, so that's what led me to this Backyard Bliss papers. And I'm showing you here in the idea book the, what's it called, the scrapbook kit, because I'm using components from the kit. I didn't do the pages as they designed, but I punched everything out, and I'm using their embellishments to make my own kit. And you can see that I had two sticker sheets, one from a paper pack I ordered and one from the scrapbook kit, and I will get to use all of those. And I don't know, do you guys ever hoard your embellishments? Because I had a moment of that as I was creating this layout today. I was being stingy in some of the stickers that end up being on the layout, because I had used one of them that's this whole big cluster of flowers, and there's multiple, and as you see, I had multiple pages of stickers, so I have extra left, but I had to talk myself into using the second cluster of flowers from a sticker. So here I'm going to go ahead and ink all the edges of these circles up, and I chose the circles because it was a golf outing and golf balls are kind of round. Oh, I wanted to share this with you. Jessica, my friend Jessica Dupinski, she shared on one of her Maker with Heart video, cutting out 2 like gluing two pieces of cardstock together and using the thin cuts to cut them out as one piece, and then you do that twice, and then you get 4 layers of the cardstock, which really gives your title some weight and emphasis. So here's the first sticker that I'm using, and I was proud of myself. I took it right off the sheet and I'm using it, and then I'll glue these down. I'll take a minute here to say, if you are a subscriber to my channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Be sure to like this video or comment and share with your friends so that they can get some more scrapbooking tips or tricks, or even just some mental time of hearing somebody else's story. Because in the midst of doing this layout today, they were working on our kitchen because we're getting new cabinets, and on Tuesday when they started the demo, there had been mold growing behind some of the cabinets, so the workers were actually going to take some of them and reuse them in a church, and they couldn't because they were all damaged. So it kind of, we're really glad that the cabinets are no longer going to be in our world, but it's kind of made for extra time on this project. So today it was super loud in here as they were continuing to install cabinets, and we've also had one that's damaged, actually a couple, and the cabinet company says we're not going to get those until October 7th, and so we kind of had to make some decisions on, do we repair one of them that's the sink base and use it so that we can have countertops and a working kitchen before the end of September, or do we wait until October 7th and push everything back and maybe not have a kitchen until Thanksgiving? So we decided to go ahead and get the sink cabinet repaired. One of the pantry units still has to be replaced, but they're just going to leave a hole in the kitchen until that's done. So here, did you see where I placed that sticker on the second circle and just took it right off that sheet? These embellishments were hearts that were from the Backyard Bliss paper, again from that workshop, and the back side of them are all wood grain. And originally I thought I was going to use the hearts, but instead, going with that circle theme, I just went ahead and grabbed all these circles. And I don't know that they were used in the workshop. I kind of think that maybe they were just inside other things, and they were, you punched them out to use the other object. I could be wrong. Like I said, I didn't follow directions for the workshop, so I'm not sure. I really liked this banner, Living in the Moment, because that's exactly what we did every year that we went to Brimley. It was one time a year, always the last Sunday, Monday, Tuesday in June, and it went on even after we moved to the UP and we're 30 minutes from Wild Bluffs Golf Course. I still went over and stayed in the hotel and joined the crew that came up because we just had so much fun, and most of them were retired and of that age, and I was not, but they incorporated me right in, and it was wonderful. Here on these titles, if you haven't watched my channel before, I use a paper tape. A lot of times this is the tape that's used in medical first aid kits. We have a tape allergy or an adhesive allergy in this family, so we always have some and actually carry it with us in the car so that if we have some sort of medical emergency or somebody's in the hospital, that we have the right tape for them to use that we're not as allergic to. So I use that to hold my letters on, and that way I can line them up with a ruler off camera, apply the glue, and then just carefully peel that back off so that it doesn't damage the cardstock. So that's what I'm doing here. These Wild Bluff letters I cut out with the Serif thin cut set, and those were in the clearance section for a really good price at one point. So I don't know if any are still left, but if you are looking for a good set of letters, not too big, but really add a punch with a title, I recommend those. I will add my journaling to that spot there. I'm just taking one more look at the sticker sheet to see if there's any other little things I can add to the page. And I'm seeing a couple of flowers I'm just gonna pepper in. And then I decide, do I need something around the edge? My friend Julie is really good about doodling the edges, but I wasn't, because I have the strip going down on the left-hand side, kind of as a border or touching both edges. I didn't want to do that. But as I was looking at it, I saw these flowers, they're from a long time ago and they're just a cute little embellishment. And since I'm doing some floral things on this page, they're just going to add a nice little touch, I think. And this is going to be it. I'm going to add these last elements to the page. I will do my journaling off camera because I'll talk about being pregnant and golfing and what some of the guys had to do. It was funny. These older gentlemen, they're in their 60s and 70s, and man, I don't think I've had my belly rubbed more than when I went on this weekend, because apparently rubbing a pregnant woman's belly is good luck, and they wanted to win in the casino. So there you can see how much height adding those 4 layers of cardstock give to that title. And then here's a pan so you can kind of get an idea of the texture from the mix-in papers, all of the flower embellishments. I did crimp those leaves to kind of, again, give those some dimension. But you just gotta love that view of the Lake Superior Bay there. Here's how you can connect with me on social media. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I will give you a nudge to click that red subscribe button. Here's another video that you may find interesting. Have a great day. Blessings.